impossible. Good morning, social media. I don't own any rights to the music in the back, but I am getting ready to go live. Let's talk about it Tuesday. Every fourth Tuesday, I go live with the Butterfly Academy Facebook, but I decided to come out here in these streets on my business page to kind of rock out with you and talk about some stuff. So listen, if you're at work, get your pen, piece of paper, and let's get ready to rock out. If you're driving, let's just rock out and talk about some stuff. I want to talk about a particular topic about you don't, if you saw my page, that you don't need permission to start. So let's talk about it. Here we go. Let's grow. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good people. I pray that you had an amazing day on yesterday. Sending my prayers, Memorial Day for all of the fallen soldiers, all of that. And I just pray for those families that have experienced that on that day. And I hope you had a chance to enjoy on that day, on yesterday with your family and taking the time to have a moment for those that have fallen um, for soldiers. But listen, I wanted to go live. I go live every Tuesday. Let's talk about it Tuesday, where I talk about different things that would allow you to process. I'm trying to share this, do this all at the same time. Allow you to process so that you can progress in life, in love, in marriage, in ministry, and money. I also share principles on every fourth Tuesday with my Butterfly Academy mentorship. But since I am preparing for next month, I'm doing a month of pouring into my pride, pouring into my BAM. Pride is our Alliance in Small Business community, pouring into our BAM, as well as just a month of pouring. And I can't wait to do that. And I'm starting now since it's fourth Tuesday when I go live with them every day. So I want to talk about something in particular, but while I'm sharing this, I pray, oh God, I say something that's empowering and encouraging. If you're joining, I need you to put on the screen, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Let me know that you're here. If you are a part of my butterfly program, I want you to share the butterfly in the screen. Y'all know the butterfly that we share and we rock out with. So share that in the screen. Yes, I'm live on YouTube. I will be deleting on YouTube because I know we just dropped the podcast where we're dealing with business. You want to check that out later after you hear this live. But let me share this with my BAM community. It's like I need somebody on the other end doing this for me, but I'm going to rock out with it. All right. So here we go. I want to talk about the importance of having permission. I know I was supposed to go live at 7. I have been swamped this morning, but I wanted to go live to kind of talk about the permission. Good morning, Ray. So good to see you. Good morning, Miss Williams. All right, I want you to type in the screen. Here we go. Let's type in the screen real quick. Permission, permission. You don't need permission to start. Can you type that? You don't need permission to start. Make sure you share this with someone as we're rocking out so they can watch the replay. If you're watching the replay, I need you to put hashtag replay. Tonya, I'm watching the replay. But I want you to put in the screen, you don't need permission to start. I'm going to make sure this is in my group. Yes. You don't need permission to start. Here we go. All right. I got everybody in. You don't need permission to start. You don't need permission to start. I want to kind of deal with that. For those of you, some of you know my story, some of you don't. A couple of years ago, I started my business back in 2025. And we started our church in 2010. And when I mean you don't need permission to start, what I'm talking about is that person that says, you know what? I feel something in my gut. I feel like I want to start something. Tonya, I don't know what it is, but I know that there's something on the inside of me that is telling me, girl, you don't need permission to do this. You need to go on and start this now. Whatever this is in your life, and you are that person. That's who I come to talk to as I pour for my birthday month, starting next month. I will be doing lives for a couple of reasons. Number one, I'm promoting I'm getting ready for a retreat that I'm super duper excited about. Thank you for those that have already signed up, limited seatings, and we'll talk about that more. But also to share principles and do what I love the most is to empower, to encourage, to remind women to start something. Don't delay, don't wait. And you don't need permission from nobody to get it done. And like I said, I started a couple of years ago. And when I started, I had no idea what I was tapping into, what I was doing. I had no idea what was about to go down. I had no idea that I was getting ready to start something that was going to catapult me into starting a business, into starting becoming a risk taker. Can you type that in the screen? Risk taker. Risk taker. She said, I just said this yesterday. Okay, I'm in the right place, baby. I'm a risk taker. Can you type that, risk taker? When I literally became a risk taker, I decided, okay, I wanted to build something from the ground up, do something different that I've never done before. And so I started getting in rooms. But I come in this way today. I want you to, if you're starting something, you say, Tonya, I'm starting something. I want you to type in the screen, starting. Starting. Yes, I'm having you type again, like and share, because I want this to get into the algorithm for other people to hear. Because today we're going to be talking about something that I believe that keep many women from being stuck, that keep them in a place of being stuck, that keep them in a place of being complacent. And that is they're waiting on permission from someone to start. They're waiting on permission from someone to start the business. They're waiting on permission from someone to start the lunch that nonprofit. They're waiting on for someone to start and tell them, okay, go ahead and start writing your book. And if you saw my post yesterday, I kind of prepared you for what I'm talking about today. You may say, okay, not only am I starting my book, I'm starting a business. I'm waiting on permission to go back to school. Some of us want to go back to school. If that's you, I need to type that in the screen. I'm waiting on permission to grow. I'm waiting on permission to evolve. I want to evolve, but Tonya, I don't know how. I need to evolve. Maybe that's you, that I'm trying to figure out, how do I evolve? How do I get to the point of evolving? But I need someone to tell me. I need permission. I need to tell you today, you don't need that. And I want to show you why you don't need that, because you are becoming the woman God has created you to be. And you don't need permission from nobody else but the Father. Somebody type, but the Father. I don't need permission from nobody but God to be able to do this thing that's been in my belly, that I've been wanting to do. I have been praying to do. And don't judge me, y'all. I'm rocking out. Let me do a shout out. Pause, park. Let me do a shout out to Katie B. I'm rocking her hat. She gave me, I think, for Mother's Day. I appreciate you so much. But I'm rocking her hat because I need a perm. I'm going to go get my hair done here in a minute. But I wanted to do this live anyway. So shout out to Katie. Can y'all just type in Katie B? Shout out to her. But back to the Father. So thank you, Katie, for my hat. I'm doing your whole shout out. Y'all go follow her on TikTok and on Facebook. I don't know the link. And if it's somebody know it, I need you to drop it in there for shout out to her for doing this for me. And I love it. I'm loving, if you know me, I love pearls. And so she did that. All right. So you're asking for permission. Maybe that is you. Maybe that is not you. And maybe you've gotten to the point, okay, Tonya, I've started. I've done this thing, but now you're waiting for permission to get it done or to do the first thing. Maybe that is you. And this morning I come to remind somebody that is watching this replay, that is rocking out with me here live. I come to remind you, you don't need permission to start. For those of you that are joining in now, type that in the screen. You do not need permission to start. You don't need permission to start. I thought I needed permission to start. I will never forget 2015. I thought I needed permission to write a book. I wrote the book, okay? I ended up writing the book, putting the book together, but I got around the right people that kind of showed me different things to do. I shared with a girl yesterday. She reached out to me and was like, hey, I've already written my book. I got it together. And what can your book publishing company do to help me do it? I said, baby, you already done the work. You don't need permission for me to get it done. Because what I do, I coach you to write the book, but you already done the hard part. You might as well keep doing the research to figure it out. You don't need permission from me or anyone else to write out this book. She was like, well, don't I need a publishing company? I say, sugar, you can do it. You've done this much. You can do it yourself. And I gave her tips and things that she needed to get it done. and to make it happen. Most of the time, we're sitting around and we're waiting for someone to tell us to get started in this business, to start this nonprofit, to launch the nonprofit, to start this, going to school, whatever, all the things I listed before. But if I really told you that this, I realized in 2015, what's up, Miss Jones? What's up, Miss Nacy? I love you, Miss Nacy. I love Miss Lisa. Oh God, so much history there, her and my mama. But I realized I lost my train of thought. But I realized this in 2015 that when I started walking in this thing that was brand new for me, never done besides starting our church. We started our church in 2010 from the ground up. But that was really more my husband, and I was just following him. Come here, every woman that's married, every woman that's with a man, and you just following your man. Come on here. I need you to put the number one in the square. I'm just following my man. I'm just doing what, I'm following him. But this was a time that I had to follow me. I had to follow what I wanted, my dreams, my ideas. Because why? I did not want to take my dreams to the grave. I realized this after being sick, after being on a cane. You got to read my book, There's Power in Your Pain. I literally went through this moment of I thought I was going to die. It's not until you get to that point that you realize that what you have in you is enough. What you have in you is enough. Somebody type that. What I have in me is enough, Tonya. Everything that I have in me. There are so many of us, and I talk to women. If men are watching this, catch it how you can, but I know I'm called to women. And so I say this to any woman that is watching me right now, that you are carrying something that is so amazing and that's so creative for purpose. But you got to ask yourself, why am I sitting on it? Why am I sitting on the very thing that God has designed me to do? If that is starting a business, if that is launching a nonprofit, if that is going back to school, if that is not just going back to school, if that is continuing to progress in your business. Because some of us, you got to watch our video, our podcast that just dropped. And we talked about why most businesses don't work, because they get to a roadblock and they stop there. For those that don't know, from 2015 until now, we've built something that has been amazing, not just within our church, but also within our nonprofit, as well as our businesses. Okay. So I'm not just telling you something I heard. I was a girl that was probably like you. I always say this, and I want you to type this in the screen. And if you know me, what's up, Ray? What's up, Nicole? I want you to write this in the screen. I want you to type this in the screen. I am you and you are me. If you've ever been with me, rocked out with me, you know that's my saying. I got it from somewhere, out of a book. I don't know. I think it was from Nona Jones. But I am you and you are me. I am you and you're me. So I've been where you are when it becomes to get stuck. I've also been to the place of the roadblocks. And that's what we're talking about on our podcast. Don't miss it. It's already dropped. Don't watch it now. Go watch it later. But on our podcast was about being stuck, right? About roadblocks, and how if you don't overcome these roadblocks in business, nonprofits, whatever you're starting, you're going to be complacent and you're going to be stuck in a place that would allow you to not catapult into the next level. Why? Somebody type in the screen, why? I know it's a delay. Somebody say, why would I be stuck, Tonya? What is it that caused me to be stuck? Again, I am you and you are me. I tell you that because there's a couple of things that happen. Number one, you walk in fear. Number one, because the fear of the unknown. I don't know what this is going to turn out to be. And so I'm not sure if I'm wise enough, I'm smart enough. I never forget doing my first book. I'm not sure if anybody's going to read it. I'm not sure if anybody's going to, a girl talked to me yesterday, read 2 of my books, right? I'm like, dang, thank you, Lord. And I'm thinking the books are, whatever, but people are reading the book, the different books. But here's the thing, the fear of it's not going to happen. The rejection. Ooh, type that. Especially with women. Who's going to reject my idea when it does unfold? Who am I talking to? Who's going to reject me, or don't give me the contract, or don't give me the bid, or don't give me the opportunity? Who's going to reject the idea that God has given me? Who's going to reject the nonprofit? Who's going to reject and we deal with that. We deal with the issue of rejection. We also deal with why we say stuck. I'm still on the why. I ain't got to my points yet. I'm still on the why. Why do we get stuck? Because of comparison. We are so busy comparing ourselves to other businesses, to other nonprofits, to other people. And and I'm telling, I am you and you're me. This is not to knock you. I did it. I compare myself to other people, found myself trying to do what they do. And it did not work because that was not my lane. Come here. That's not your lane. When you start comparing, you start moving outside of your lane. When we have to focus on us, and that happens, we become stuck because we're comparing ourselves to other people. We are comparing ourselves to other people. Great book to read. I'm gonna drop this book, Killing Comparison by Nona Jones. Changed my life. Killing Comparison by Nona Jones. Great book. Great book. Leaders are readers and readers are leaders. Great book to read. Killing Comparison by Nona Jones. But also we deal with the trauma of life because there's a trigger that hits us when we want to start something, or if we go to the next phase. Right now, I'm in the middle of learning, and I'm in training and I'm being coached. And there's some triggers of the knowledge that I don't know. Okay. Again, I am you and you are me. There's some triggers of some things I don't know, y'all. But this is what I found out. I got to keep going. I got to keep learning this because I know what I'm going to learn. I'm going to be able to teach other people. I'm going to learn and I'm going to be able to teach other people, but I got to learn it, even if it doesn't make sense to me, even if it sounds like another language, and those things will trigger you. If someone told you you'll never be nothing, you'll never make it, you're dumb, you're ignorant. I've been told all of that. Okay. All of that, having issues in high school, whatever, but I had to keep going. You got to keep going. You cannot allow that. Or the insecurity. Type that, insecurity. Why we get stuck? Insecurity sets in, man. We get insecure about what we're doing, what we're called to do. We get very insecure. And so now we go back to comparing ourselves to other people because we're insecure about who we are and what we're called to do. I know this may be a trigger, but I need you to listen to me. If you want to get unstuck, and if you want to get to a place where you're not just doing, or you're not just moving, and you started this thing, or you're wanting to start this thing, and now you're in a place of you're stuck because of insecurity, because of fear, because of doubt, because of traumas, because of comparison, because of all of these things, and because you're waiting for someone to tell you and convince you that you can do this, or they're telling you not ready yet. Sugar, you don't need permission from nothing and no one. All you have to do, number one, be willing to learn, be teachable, right? Be willing to learn, be teachable. And when you're able to be teachable, then you got to try to test what you've been taught. You got to test it out. Now you done tested it out. Now you got to be willing to be trained. I'm sorry, you need to be teachable. Then you got to be trained. You got to train yourself to be able to do it. And then you got to get to a point to where you're able to test it out. Then you can win, sugar. You ain't going to know until you try. You don't know what you don't know. But when you get around people that do know that you're able to stand on their shoulders, you're able to go to the next level. All right. But what if I told you this? What if I told you that God would not have trusted you with the vision if he didn't already place what you needed in the inside of you? I need that to sit. What if I told you that God would not have trusted you with the vision if he did not place it in you? Meaning that God placed this in you. He gave you the idea. He gave you the vision. That means he trusts you, sugar. He don't trust them, but he trusts you with the plan. He trusts you with the idea. He trusts you to get it. There's something on the inside of you that can be produced when it's trained right, when you're teachable, and you're able to go to the next level in that. So if I can tell you anything when it comes to why you don't need permission, these are my principles, and I'm done. Y'all know I got principles. I'm a principal girl, been a principal girl since 2015. I love principles because principles will allow you to process so that you can progress in life, all right? And one of those principles is number one, stop waiting for perfection. Stop waiting to be perfect. Type that, number one, stop waiting to be perfect. Can you share this and like this, man? I pray somebody hear me well. I thought I had to, Ray, listen, I thought I had to be perfect. Nicole, I thought I had to be perfect, man. I thought I had to have it just right. I thought the book had to be just right. I don't know how it took me a year to write my book when now it could take me 6 months or 7 days to write a book. You understand me? But I was so busy trying to make it perfect when you don't have to have anything perfect. We got to stop waiting to be perfect, man. If you're wanting to know, I don't need permission, I don't need anything perfect. One of the biggest mistakes that we make as women is believing that I'll start when I have more money. That's one of the biggest mistakes we make, Nicole. I start when I got more money. I'm going to start when I'm more confident in what I'm doing. I'm going to continue when I got more money. I'm going to continue when I got more confidence. I'm going to continue when I get more support from other people. I found this out. In business, I thought that my family would support me. I thought my church family would support, which they do, don't get me wrong, in some ways, but they are not my customers. Let the church say amen. Because I thought that people were going to support me in that way, and that's not the case. I thought that most of my followers would support me. Some do, don't get me wrong, but I realized those are not my customers. I thought I needed more clarity in what I was doing and did not realize that I needed what I needed in that moment so that I can get to the next moment. I thought I needed more money. You may think, okay, Tonya, I'm in the business and I need you to put the number one. If any of these, I need you to type which one. Tonya, I feel like in order for me to start, I need more money. I need more confidence. I need more support. Put one of those in the screen. I need more money. I need more support or more followers. Put one of those in the screen. I want to talk to you today because we got to stop waiting for these things to happen. And I know there's a delay. Thank y'all for rocking out with me this morning. Awesome. I see y'all. So if it's more money, I'm telling you, there are other ways. There's grants, especially for business owners. There's startup grants that are out there. Learn about it. Google YouTube University is your AI can get you a grant. That's a whole nother, that ain't for this learning again. We'll we'll teach you how to do that. There's so much where somebody say all of them. There's so many ways for you to be able to get money, man. For you to be able to, that you get startup business if you have your business, but there's a caveat, but you must have your business set up properly. Now, there are some grants that you can get that are for profit grants that you're able to get that will be that you don't need an EIN or LLC. They're what you call, they're the smaller grants that you're able to do that. But if you want more money to get great, you got to have your business structure right. Go watch our YouTube, not now, but go watch it later. But it has to be structured right. If it comes down to more support, you got to get in the right rooms of communities. That's going to be right now. We're in, even though we are a mentee, a mentor to other business owners, right? We have business owners about 19 bit. There's a couple of businesses that's in our Lions Den. We have a Lions Den small business community where we teach businesses how to start. But here's the thing. Even though we have that, we have our own community. We have a community that we're in with our coach and with we're in another community. You'll learn that on the YouTube thing. Okay. We have we are mentees to other mentors that are doing, because you need community. You need support. And those communities can be able to help you be able to catapult your businesses or where you're going or whatever you're designed to do, whatever part of that you are in. Butterfly Academy. Of course, I'm going to shout out everything I'm doing. Don't play. It's my platform. I'm going to shout out what I do. BAM program. The BAM community is to teach you how to get unstuck so that you can start the process of starting. Get to the point where you're starting. Most people that are in my BAM end up in my Lions Den. Why? Because I can only get you so far to starting, but now let's show you how to set this up properly and set this up right. All right. But you got to realize, in order to grow, it does not happen before movement. Type that. Growth does not happen before movement, regardless of any of those communities that I've talked about or there's other amazing communities that's out there. You just got to research it. But you got to have movement first. Growth requires movement. There's some type of movement that you got to be. If that is writing down your business plan, if that is writing down the business plan to your nonprofit, if that is writing down what you're going to start, event that you're going to do, whatever it is, you got to be willing to write that down. You got to be willing to put that somewhere. It does not happen before a movement. That's just you decided not to let fear lead you because you started moving, writing down the plan, writing down the vision, right? I always say this, when you write down your vision will catapult you to where you're going to be. And that vision can turn into a business plan or whatever you're trying to do. Okay. Because everybody not designed, they don't want to do a business, and that's fine. And I understand that. That's why I say in the BAM, my goal is to show you how to start a business, start a nonprofit, or start something. You're going to start something. Why? Because I've been that woman that's been complacent. Many successful women are so scared to start. Why? Because they're waiting for someone to tell them. Have you ever delayed something? Have you ever, I just want to know, put the number 2 in the screen. Have you ever delayed something because you felt unqualified, inadequate? I want to see that. I've delayed some stuff because I felt, and I'm delaying some stuff right now. I am you and you are me. I'm delaying some stuff right now because I feel unqualified and inadequate, but I am taking movement. Okay. I want to see the number 2 in the screen. I see you. I see you. Thank you. Because you felt unqualified. I love that. And the thing is that when you get to that point and you feel like that you're unqualified, now you got to find out, okay, how do I start moving? Listen, y'all, AI is, if you don't know it, I'm going to need you to learn it, sugar. You can sit and teach. There's 4 things you can do in AI. All right. I'm going to give y'all 4 things you can do. The very thing I gave you. Number 1, you can teach AI who you are. Okay. You can teach it. And I heard this from another coach of mine. You can teach AI. You can train it on what you're trying to do. And then you can test it out. And then you'll see wins. But you got to know how to talk to it. You got to know it ain't for the faint of heart. Lions Den will be talking about that this Sunday in the Lions Den Shameless Plug. We will be rocking out talking about that this Sunday. I said it, but that's he gonna go in way details of what they look like and opportunities that we've gotten because we've used these platforms. But you got to be willing to know that even though I'm unqualified, there's a lot of stuff out here that will make me qualified. There's a lot of opportunities that will make me qualified, that will get me qualified. There's a lot of rooms that can teach me how and what to do in order to make that happen. I use it for my credit repair. Come on, you better, Williams. You better. That's my big thing. Learn how to talk to it. Yes. Look, don't make me do okay. And I'm telling you, when you do, Nicole, you teach it it's going to know you. But you got to train it to know you. All right. Number 2, your yes unlocks your next level. I talked about this before, but your next level is connected to your movement. You got to make a move. You got to do something. Your yes is next. It is connected to your move. The same doors won't open until you move. You can't walk in confidence if you don't learn. The more you learn, the more confident you become in your approach. Somebody type that. The more I learn, the more confident I will become. The more you learn, the more confident you will become in your approach. The more you learn, the more confident you will become in your approach. It would unlock doors to your next level. Sometimes we think we need everyone to agree with our vision, but it's just our obedience. That my husband, we heard this from a girl. Oh my God, what is the saying? God will move at the speed of your obedience. God will move at the speed of your obedience. And the more you're obedient, the more he will move. The more you're obedient, the more he will unlock doors. The more you're obedient, the more you will see God's hand unfold. But you got to be obedient, and it requires movement, and it requires God's approval to what you're doing. Because when you're obedient, you get this. It requires that. It comes with it. It comes with it. And I said last week, and I'm going to forever say, number 3, environments matter. Type that, environments matter. Like whatever environment you're in, that's going to matter at the end of the day. If I can be totally honest with you, The environments that I'm in this moment, it wasn't until I tapped into those environments, I invested into those environments, that Ray, I started learning more. I just learned recently from my coach that our goal is to sell our business. Wait, we just started. What you talking about, sell? But it took her changing my mindset and getting in environments that made me say, aha. I feel like coming to America. Aha. At first I was like, no, ma'am, no ham. No, baby, we finna live our heart and enterprise for the rest of our life. Hey, but baby, she taught me something different. She made my mindset. It's the environments that you're in. The environments that you're in that will change your mindset. In those rooms that I'm in right now, we're also, and you'll learn on our podcast, also in another room. And this room, now we ain't in too many rooms. Right now in this season, we are in 2 rooms right now. One that is for our business and one that is for networking. So we know the room that we're in. One that is for our business, one is for networking. Oh, and I'm also learning about particular things. I'm learning about this particular thing that I really want to learn about so that I can be able to enhance and bring more revenue to our business, to our church, right? So I'm learning in this room. The room I'm in, I'm learning, not Bishop, because he can't be in too many rooms. He's too busy. But I can be in rooms that I can learn from. I'm learning how I'm being trained. I'm being taught so that I can test it and then I can move in it, like I told you earlier, right? And I can win in it. But then I'm also in a room where our business is cultivate, like it's next level thinking, okay? And we have a meeting tomorrow with our coach. So that's a one-on-one personal, let's go, let's figure this out, let's make the business better. But then there's another room that I'm in that is networking, right? I'm networking with other businesses and with corporations. Why? Because these rooms that I'm being in, the reason why you want to be in rooms is because these rooms are stretching my mind. Type that. You don't want to be in a room if it ain't stretching your mind. It ain't making, it's not challenging you. Type that, challenging. It challenges me. It challenges my husband. It challenges us. These 3 rooms I'm talking about, they challenge me. My goal is to challenge you right now in this little virtual moment. Okay. It's to challenge you spiritually and mentally, because if you're not being in rooms that are making you stretch, that's a problem. So you got to be challenged. I know that's right. Challenge me. You got to be in rooms that can allow you to not just be challenged, but also heal, forgive, so you can move on. Heal, forgive, and move on. Because if you ain't healing and learning, that's a problem. You're going to be stuck forever. And it also reminds you, I pray that this live is reminding you of your why. This is reminding you of who you are. I pray it is. That it's reminding you, wait a minute, Tonya. I've been sitting on my gift. I've been sitting on this idea. I've been sitting on this business, and I just been waiting for the next opportunity. When I'm challenging you, you can't wait. You can't wait on permission. You can't wait on someone to tell you to do. No, you got to do the research. You got to learn in different rooms. YouTube University is going to be, man, if you go on our YouTube channel, we're talking a lot about businesses that will give you different tips and different things that can help you in business. If you're not ready to invest into the Lions Den or to the BAM program, if you're not ready, I promise you, it's going to stretch your mind. It's going to make you think, and you're going to be challenged. In our Lions Den, we are meeting. And shout out to the Lions Den. Again, it's my platform to talk about it. We're meeting with every business and assessing their business. But here's the thing. Check this out. Check this out, Nicole. Guess what they have to do? They got to schedule the meeting with us, and they got to schedule it around our time to be able to get it. But it's open to them until July. We're challenging you, number one, get it done, schedule it. And everything is booked up until, I think, mid-June. But we open it up and had our team send out a message saying, hey, How about you schedule later time because their time is not available, but they're willing to work around this particular day, right? Why? Because we want to assess your business, go deep dive into your business, challenge you as a business owner that for more opportunities that eventually, baby, we can partner together. But if your business is not structured right, that's not going to help. Right now, my husband is challenging our church. He is restructuring our church. If you're not being challenged in rooms, that's a problem. Why we challenging? Because we being challenged. God dog it. Our coach challenging us, so we challenging them because it's going to stretch them. This is why I am so passionate about women, because as women, we will stay complacent if we're not challenged. And some of us don't want to be challenged and we get offended. If you want to grow, you cannot get offended about your decision to go to your next level. You can't get offended by someone that's already went ahead of you, that can give you direction on what to do. Not that you need to do it like them. I don't know who I'm talking to, but this whole thing then just shifted. I hope it's helping you. But you got to be willing. I'm passionate about this because I realize I create spaces for women to win. I want to show you how to win, man. And how do I show women how to win? I set up these spaces. I do the beginning of the year. Why do I do the beginning of the year, bam? Because I do the beginning of the year because I realize, man, every woman needs that boost to get started. You need that boost to get started. But I also do with the Lion's Den every other Sunday, right? Every other Sunday, we're speaking into that. Why? Because I want to create a space, and it's just not that ain't just for women. That's for men too, because men are in that as well. But I realize that most women, because I know what it feels like to carry a purpose and not be supported. Can you type that? I know what it feels like to carry a purpose and not be supported. But when I got in the right places, it allowed me to be supported. So I created a space. I created one of my spaces is the of course the BAM community. It's a Facebook community. I share different things in there, and I go live every fourth Tuesday just to empower. That's free, man. At no problem. I go live just like this in that community every fourth Tuesday to kind of share principles that allow them to why I put it in a community, because I want to create a safe place for women to be able to grow. I share stuff in there with them that I really don't share out here. I share a little bit more of me than I share out here. Why? Because I want to create a place that we can grow, we can heal, we can build, we can connect, and we can transform together, because none of us were meant to do life alone, right? None of us were meant to do life alone. So it's good when you're connected to the right people. And so I created those spaces. We created a space for business owners, because we realized, man, we was out here doing business, and man, we were winning. Yeah, we still win a little bit more. The Lord is blessed. But we created that. We created the space for our church. So we created a nonprofit that we're really not over anymore. But my thing is, what am I telling you? Is that at the end of the day, you don't need permission to start nothing. You just need a community to get it done. You need a community to get it done. And so if you're not a part of any community, and some of y'all probably already a part, man, stick with those. Watch, listen, learn, all that, wherever you are. Eat the meat, spit out the bones, whatever it takes, but be willing to learn. But I also created another space. You know, I'm going live and talk about it every time, sugar, all month long until it is sold out. I'm creating another space for women to win. I'm creating a space that I realize I've been doing the BAM program since 2018, and I've been doing it virtually. I've met women all over the world. It has been amazing. But now I decided I don't want to just do virtual. It's been on my heart for 2 years. I wanted to start this and I didn't know how. And we finally put it together. And now we're doing what we call the BAM Transform Her Retreat. Can you type that? BAM Retreat. We're doing a BAM Retreat that's going to be in Gulf Shore, Alabama. It's going to be a 3-day event. And if you know me, and if you don't know me, it's going to be a 3-day event of resetting. We're on the beach. We're out in Alabama, baby. I ain't never been, sugar. I think I've been to Alabama, but I've never been to Gulf Shore. And we're going to be out in this place where we're going to be resetting. We're going to be refocusing out on the beach. We're going to be refocusing. We're going to be resetting. We're going to be healing. We're going to be hearing God clearly as we prepare for our 2027, right? It's intentional that I'm doing this in the month of October, number one, because it will be 15 years of Women of Destiny. I'm ready to rock out with them for 15 years. And then it's also to be able to catapult and celebrating 9 years, I think 9 years of BAM program. But it's going to prepare us for our next season. Next season. It's going to prepare us for our next season. Sometimes your breakthrough is connected to rooms you enter. My goal in this room is to give you overload and get you a chance to connect with other women. It will be healing. It will be restoring. It will be empowering. But most of all, showing you how to soar at this BAM retreat. So if you feel like you're being stuck and you feel like, oh, I wonder, should I go? Sugar. Don't wait. It's limited seating, limited room, but you got to share a room with somebody. That's the only caveat. You got to find somebody that can go with you, that can share with you, okay with being in a room with, because we're at a resort and you have to have 2 people in a room. And so the thing is that if you feel like you've been drained, you're uncertain, you're like, I'm pouring to everybody else and it's time for me to be poured into, this is a retreat you want to be at. Again, the spots are limited. It's on October the 8th through the 10th. October 8th through the 10th in Gulf Shore, Alabama. And I'm going to share the link with you guys. It's in Gulf Shore, Alabama. And it is open for you to go. I think we have 3 ways for you to pay. You can pay in monthly payment subscription that you can pay monthly, or you can pay all at once. And I think it's $800, y'all. It literally covers your room. It covers your breakfast and your lunch. Your breakfast and your dinner on those days. And you just have to take care of lunch. But everything else is covered. I want to make sure it was reasonable. But man, come be a part of it. It's a breakdown on how you want to do it. But hey, I would love for you guys to come out, be a part of this. I want every woman listening to me this morning to hear this. You don't need permission to become who God has called you to be. Can you type that one more time? I don't need permission to become the woman that God has called me to be. God has called you for much. You don't have to get to a point of shrinking yourself. This is a room that you do not have to shrink. You don't have to doubt, but you don't want to delay, because your future is waiting on your yes. And your yes is the hardest thing to do, is when you say not just but yes, Lord, I'll do it. Lord, I'm gonna start the business. I'm gonna start the nonprofit. All of that, you're gonna learn how to do that in a because it's only a limited time. It's really for you to be restored and all of that, so that you can go and finish what you started, right? So that you can go and finish what you started. Now, if this live has blessed you, and to remind you don't need permission, first of all, I need you to put the number 5 in the screen. Like, this live has blessed me, Tonya, to let me know that I need you to put start, put start, not 5. I'm sorry. Put start in the screen. Put start. I'm ready to start, man. Join my Facebook community on Facebook, but I'm gonna be going live right here. So you don't even have to join right now. You can start later, but you can join me later over there, because I'm gonna be going live all the month of June. I'm probably gonna change it to Wednesday, because I do my our podcast drop on Tuesdays, or I might change my podcast to Monday. But get ready to rock out with me. I'm gonna be sharing this. Once it's sold out, that's it. I can't open up. We got every room and a lot of the rooms at the location, because it's an intimate setting for this retreat. I would love for you to spend the weekend with me and other ladies that have already signed up. I would love for you to spend the weekend with me. Yes, it may sound like a lot, but it is a great investment for you to come. It's taking care of your room. It's taking care of your food, 2 of your foods. Don't think we're doing lunch, but it's taking care of all of that. And you're just coming to relax. I wanted to take care of everything. So all you had to do was just come there and have a good time and enjoy yourself. So I would love to see you at the 2026 BAM retreat in Gulf Shore, Alabama. It's about 6 hours. We're going to drive. I thought I was going to fly. I changed my mind. We're going to drive out there. I'm going to go early, but I would love for you guys to come and be a part. If you don't remember anything else, remember this. You do not need permission to start. I did not need permission to start in 2025. I thought I did. I tried to connect with people. Some people didn't even want to teach me. They were gatekeeping and didn't want to teach me nothing. And I found rooms that did not mind teaching me because they didn't feel intimidated. They didn't feel like they needed to compare or be in comparison with me or what I was doing. And those are the rooms that I learned to glean from, and I learn from, and I grow from. And I continue to grow because we never stop growing. We never stop learning. And I wanted to create a space that I'm in, but wanted to create a space for those that are in my community, that follows me and all of that great stuff as well, to kind of present the same thing. My goal is for this retreat to go all over I want to go to Dubai. Don't play. I want to go to Dubai one year, but I knew that was going to be costly. So I said, start small, shift, and then transform. So we're starting small and we're going to Gulf Shore. I wanted to get out of Texas. I've done so many retreats in Texas. Now it's time to get out of Texas. So I'm doing a big shift. I'm scared. Look, Ray, I'm so scared. I've never done this outside of Texas. Terrified out of my mind. I'm doing it afraid. I told my husband this morning, oh my God, if I got to get these rooms sold, I got to get it done. And if I don't, Lord, I'm going to figure it out and how it's going to work out. And I know that this is what God put on my heart. And I know it's going to work. Terrified out of my mind. But it's going to happen. And I believe in God that it's going to happen. And that's real talk. Afraid. And this is what doing it afraid looks like. You do it. And you make it happen. And you believe that God is going to step in and do what he has to do to make it happen for you. So we're getting ready for the 2026 BAM retreat. And I would love to see you there. I will be back Tuesday. I'm thinking about doing a poll in the BAM community for you guys to kind of give me a topic you want to talk about, or I'm just going to kind of share my journey. Next month is my birthday month. And if you know me, I celebrate all month. I'm going to see if my sister, awesome. Yes, come rock out with us, man. I would love to see y'all there. Next month is my birthday month. All month, I said, you know what? I'm going to pour. I'm going to pour, and I'm going to promote, and I'm going to pour. I'm going to pour and just kind of share tips and just my journey of becoming every month, every year in my birthday month, I do something different. And this is the thing that I'm doing different is this retreat. I told the ladies, and I'll tell you, man, don't give me enough for my birthday. Come to this retreat. Let that be an investment into you for this retreat. I don't want nothing but for women to show up to this retreat for the 2026. So until next week, I will rock out with you guys again live. Just have your notification on. I'll be right here on Facebook, on YouTube. I'm going to try to do Instagram and go live with them as well. But thank y'all for rocking out. I pray your week is amazing. I pray that everything that you're doing, you're not waiting for someone to give you the okay to complete what you started, that you are doing the research yourself, using AI, using YouTube University, whatever it takes for you to be able to grow your business. Everything I've done, I've learned from YouTube University. I've learned from AI. I've learned from rooms that I was in. I did everything. If I couldn't afford it, I used YouTube. If I could not afford it, I used AI. And when I could afford it, I invested into myself and into my business. Just invested last night. Come on here, glory. Because I know that some things are going to have to take more to knock down brick walls for me to be able to go. Great investment into my business so that my business will grow. Because I believe, come here, check this out, Nicole. I believe the amount that I am, the amount of money that I invested in myself, we're going to see that triple. Check that out. Can you put your YouTube? Any questions? Let me do that really quick. I got time for questions. Any questions about how you start, what it is? You don't need permission to start. I'll give y'all time for that while I'm getting my YouTube. Any questions? This is your time. I'm going to open up for questions. I normally don't do that, but I open up for questions real quick. Yes, ma'am. I can put my YouTube. Let me go find it, girl. Yep. But any questions you may have, man, check out our YouTube. It's so much content on this YouTube channel. Yeah, I'm looking forward to triple. I'm like, the last time I invested in my business, Nicole, and I invested into myself. I remember investing into my book. What happened? Did it do it? Okay, that's the YouTube channel. When I invested into my book, um, I invested into someone to show me how to write a book, and she did. And that investment, I think that investment was like $75. Well, that $75, I made that plus with my first book. That was tripled. Okay, after I wrote the book, after I learned from her. So yeah, you can definitely triple. I've been doing taxes, but I feel God wants me to do more. I would say this, great, great, great. I want to say this to that, Williams. I would say this is that doing it by you doing taxes, that's great. There's nothing wrong with doing taxes. That's one stream of income. You're going to learn with the new YouTube that we dropped today, that dropped this morning. If you go on that YouTube, you're going to learn this. And I'm going to go ahead and tell you though, is that you can't eat off of bread alone. Type that in the screen. You can't eat off of bread alone. So even though you have this one entity, now you got to figure out how to add another entity to that, because you don't want to just cut that off unless you're just done with it and you say, okay, I no longer want to do this. This doesn't serve me anymore. That's fine. But I would say, keep doing that. But now you want to figure out how to add another entity to that. And what I mean by that, for our company, we don't just do one company. We have a disaster restoration company. That company led into, a tree debris company. So we have multiple ways we can eat. Let's get back to eating and live on top of the world. You want to find other ways to eat. It's not just one way to eat. You'll hear us talk about how people that do hair, when you do hair, most people they're thinking, okay, I'm going to do one head at a time. No, do hair, but now you hire other people to come in and do hair within your location. Now you figure out how to have oil. You get some oil, partner with somebody to get oil. Now you're selling oil in your hair place. You find other ways to be able to make money. I hope that makes sense. You can't eat off of bread alone, sugar. That's in the Bible. I think it's in there somewhere. Don't judge me. I don't know, but it's in there somewhere. You can't eat off of bread alone. Or when you look at Genesis, there were multiple streams in the river. He had multiple streams. Let's get back to eating and live on top of the world. You got to be willing to do that. You got to find out other ways. And so we don't just have one way to eat. We have multiple ways to eat. That's how my husband was able to fire his boss, because we had multiple ways to eat. And we're not doing it by ourselves. You got to have people to help you do it. You got to meet a need. Type that. You got to meet a need. So when you're doing something else, you got to meet a need of other people, and not just money coming to you, but it's also coming to other people. So we have, I think, about 11 employees now. We're doing an interview today at 9 with another employee. Lord, I got to go. We're doing an interview today for another employee. And when you meet the needs of your employees, guess what? God can feed that. Join the lines, then I can tell you more. It's $65 a month. Don't join us. Be a part of it. It's a great investment. Subscription, $65 a month. I need 7 different ones. I'm telling you, we've been in business 6 years, Williams, and we literally now we just started another business. We just got the LLC for another business. We ain't gonna talk about it yet, but it's in the play, because we follow the money. What they say, where the money reside, we follow that. Not like that. Never mind. Somebody gonna take that the wrong way. Take it how you want to. I don't even got time to explain myself. You gotta meet a need. Yeah, you gotta meet a need. Get other people on your team to work with you. And now the money is not just coming to you, but it's coming to other people. Any other questions? I hope that helped. Did that help, Williams? And if God is telling you to do more, you got to deep dive into that, Williams. If God is telling you to do more, find out what that more is. All right. All right. If no other questions, thank y'all so much for rocking out this morning. I'll come back next week, and I'll make sure I leave time open for questions that you guys may have afterwards. All right. Thank y'all for rocking out. I hope you have an amazing week. If you don't do anything else, remember this: you are a product of God's grace and mercy when you see yourself through God's eyes and not people. Until then, stay blessed. Bye-bye.